like I said, some people say they see other faces in this mirror, but this is the main one.
So nothing in the other face? No other mirrors?
We'll touch on that when we get upstairs.
Hold your horses, Henry.
Huh?
Hold your horses.
I will.
No, you
Yeah,
don't.
I can see another, there's almost 2 eyes right here. That one, like, it's just, this one's the most detailed, because you can even see, like, where it almost looks like an ear right there. This room. As soon as she walked in, it would stop. And as soon as she left, it would start up again. Thankfully, it doesn't work anymore, so we don't have to worry about that. But that is the original pavilion. Other one has to do with this mirror. You look in the center to the left a little bit, and I'll get closer to try to point it out. There is a face. There's a couple faces in this mirror, but the main one we're talking about is right here. There's the eyes, the
Yeah.
nose.
Oh my God, yes.
So that just appeared and resembles Rebecca Pocahontas Bowling, who we actually have a portrait of her in the next room, which we will go into once this tour is left. She was obviously a bowling family.
I was like, what? I didn't know what it was at first.
Just a camera.
No, she's actually really going on YouTube.
Okay.
This whole case came from Australia, as it is with all the birds, and all the birds are listed over there. It's a lady with a camera.
That's me.
With a cool hat. This whole case came from Australia
With the birds?
with the birds, and all the birds are listed over. Get my hand on your picture. Unfortunately, I was told who brought it over and when, but I forget. Because I'm really not dosing.
All the birds. I think this. I had to pack that up.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Who brought this over? Do you know?
The Dunlap. It was given to the Dunlap family, the gentleman and his wife. The Dunlaps were major family in Petersburg. They manufactured cigarettes.
Okay.
So the particular Dunlap, and I can't remember the gentleman's first name, but he and his bride, when they got married, he had a lot of business dealings in Australia. So this was a client or customers in Australia that gave this to them as a wedding gift. It's Victorian era, so it's very typical, all the natural, they collect a lot of birds and butterflies and stuff like that were collected, and these scenes of nature were real popular in the Victorian times.
It's beautiful.
So it ended up in the old Petersburg Library. So then the city decided they didn't want to move it to the new library, so voila.
There it is.
They own this building, and they decided it comes here. It has nothing to do with this house or family. So
It's just an
it's a
interesting piece.
conversation piece.
Exactly.
So the tour starts.
Yes.
Hey, Bob. Did you see anything when the lights went out?
No.
I was hoping I'd hear something. I know, I want to be, that's like when I used to get out old wares. When I spent the night there.
That was a good show.
Has it ever happened?
The lady was lunching.
We need an intercom system or something.
Are we going anywhere?
Eventually.
Probably Miss McElwain saying that, so we're going to go ahead and do that.
The jewelry she protects.
when the apartments were still here, many people always talked about the residents would see her standing in the windows. There was one story where some people came to take a tour of the house. This was back in the 90s. And no door was open. But they saw a woman standing in the window watching them, but she would not open the door for them. They finally got to go in through the basement door and found out that there was only one person working that day, and he was on a tour when they were trying to get in. So they told him that they had seen somebody standing in the window who wouldn't let them in, and that is when he told them that he was the only one working. So they ended up going to the newspaper, and there was a published story about the lady in white. So she's seen around quite a bit, like I said, mainly in the window, always looking out for something. You can make your own decision about that. The other story we have to go with this room is about the dining table. About probably 6 or 7 Christmas seasons ago, we had 2 workers setting up for Christmas tea. They were setting the dining table. Every time they would leave the room and come back in, one of the cups had been moved from one end of the table down to the other. And they could see the lines in the tablecloth from where it was dragged down. They would move it back, come back in, and it was right back where they had just moved it from. At some point during that day, they said they even found it at the top of the stairs to go down to the basement. So somebody obviously wanted their cup in their spot. That's one of the only times that's really happened. Yeah, it was definitely an experience. Sitting on the edge of his bed. They talked for a couple minutes, and then he went back to sleep. He did tell his mom about the encounter the next morning at breakfast, and that is when he shared the detail that he could see right through her. That's the only story we really have in this room. The next room will be when we split up into 2 groups.